I wanted to take this time to share the benefit of using Phocas software with your Vision or Vantagepoint environment. So in this window, what we can see is a dashboard with data from multiple different hubs. So we can pull in contracts, planning, labor, project financials, etc. We can pull that data all into one specific view. Now, a lot of our customers, whether they're looking at different hubs and exporting that data and combining it in an Excel sheet to have put together a story to share with somebody, it can just take a lot of time, or on Vantagepoint doing the same thing, or just like clicking from hub to hub, just to try to see data on one specific project or one for a project manager, principal, etc. So what we can see here is we have data we can see active, inactive, and dormant projects here. We can see projects by charts type. We can see our different project managers and the revenue, reimbursable expense, overhead, labor associated with their projects. We can also see the individual projects. We can see the phases, the tasks, the revenue types again. We can see AR data, and we can also see some job to date numbers here as well. And we can also, again, see some revenue information, but this is where it's nice, right? We can also pull in that labor data. If we want to pull in planning or contracts information, we can also put together some different widgets here, so it's all in one nice view. Again, Phocas is data agnostic, so if you also have data outside of Deltek that you want to pull in, we can also set that up. We can also pull in financial data, so if you want to put together some P&L or balance sheet and also embed that within this dashboard, we could also do that. So scrolling up to the top, let's say I want to just look at our active projects. I can click on this active pie chart right here. Let's say I just want to look at Olivia, and I want to look, so let's just click on those two, and I'm click on Phocas. And as we can see, this whole entire dashboard, regardless of the hub the data comes from, we can see that information. So what we're looking at is active projects that Olivia Adams is working on. Maybe we want to drill down a little bit further. Let's say I just want to look at only HRIS systems. I can click on Phocas here, and that's going to update the entire Phocas environment specifically to, again, active projects that Olivia Adams is working on, and specifically HRIS systems integration. And all of that data is going to update. Now, what's nice is now all those widgets are going to update, but we can also embed this same exact dashboard into Vantagepoint. So for a lot of our customers, they maybe have some super users who are going to be the ones that are creating some of these widgets, these reports to then share out with users. But we have a lot of project managers where maybe they don't need that drill down functionality, but they still want to see a complete overview of all of their different projects and all that data. We can embed that into the Vantagepoint environment right here. So as we can see, we have all those same different windows right here. And what's nice, we can also then do that same drill down. So let's say I want to click on active projects that Olivia Adams is working on. I can click on to Phocas, just X out of that, and Phocas. And it's going to drill down really nicely for us. And then so now, rather than, again, jumping from those different hubs, we can just have all that information right in one spot. We can also restrict this information. So if we want to just restrict it to the individual users' projects or whatever information they're have privilege to access, we can also add those restrictions. And so again, you'd be able to create one dashboard, share it out with a bunch of different users, and it would just filter the information to what they're allowed to see based on those restrictions. Let me know if there's any questions. Thanks so much. Bye.